I just heard to turn my back, honey, and look at the city, honey. And just look at the city. Because, child, this whole season has gotten on my nerves. All right, you guys, child. I'm going to turn around. Let's go and get into it.
We keep it real, expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the Chloe family. We're about relationships and review, making it fun and just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Courtney and Eddie.
Now let's put God first.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Courtney. My husband Eddie is not on this video because, child, he is not going to sit there and watch 8 hours. How many? We have about a good 8 hours of Netflix for one season of a show. So yeah, he's not going to do it. So I do them by myself because I enjoy watching. All right, you guys. So if you're brand new to our channel, you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like. Please like the video. Please like the video. If you like it, like it. If you dislike it, then dislike it. But just like the video. You like it for the content that is provided. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily for what went on the show. Now we're not doing that because I don't have no control over that. But so yeah. And you guys, so this channel is about relationship reviews, entertainment, and it's about giving you our opinion with a little side of funniness and all the things. Now let's just go ahead and get into it. Now I'm gonna break this up in chapters, in episodes. So you should see episode 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then there'll be another video with episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Because this was really long, but I enjoyed it. And if you guys haven't watched, y'all check it out. Now I did like shun it in the beginning because in season 1 I felt it was, I don't know, overacting. It was just too much. But I ended up, during the time when, wasn't nothing really on TV, and watching season 1 and 2, and now I'm here in 3. And hey, I'm here for it. I like it, honey. I love to see the elegance. I like to see the wealth, the richness. Now, whether it's true that these particular people, now I know that there are parts of Africa and South Africa that does have wealth and exude wealth, but I don't know if, what I'm saying, people in these day and ages be pretending. But it's good to see it though. I don't know if it's all factual. I don't know what all of these people do. Some of them are actors and artists and all that stuff or whatever, so I'm not sure. But I ain't here to say it is or it ain't. I don't know, but it's good to see it because it looks good on us. Okay, all right. Now this, I think, let me say me as a person, as a viewer, when I watched Atlanta Housewives, this is what I thought I was going to get. Maybe not to this extreme, but I thought I was going to get the wealth, the black excellence. I thought I was going to see all of that, but anyway. All right, so let's move on. So, young, famous, and African. I want to say young, black, and but young, famous, and African. So, let's start off with episode 1. So they're getting ready for Zaria's wedding. Zaria. Now, again, some of these names I may mess them up. Hey, give a person grace because they got some new people. I learned the cast, but then they done threw some new people in there with names that's like, okay, I'm gonna try. But anyway, there is a disclaimer before y'all. That ain't how. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I know somebody gonna do it. So Zaria has her wedding, and so she is inviting Annie. Now, y'all, I don't too particularly like Annie. I don't like Annie. I think Annie and I I and then I don't know why they, and all of that. I don't like Annie. I wasn't a fan last season because I felt like she did was what Swanky said she did. She did that. So yeah, I really truly was not a fan. And where's her husband this whole season? Okay. All right. All right. Annie coming on here by herself, honey. All right. All right. Anyway, so she getting ready. She pop out on her jet, honey, and she get in the Bentley. And so, they taking her to the wedding. So you got Nadia. And if you watch this, we're on season 3, so it shouldn't be no need for me to put pictures in here. But if you watch the season, then you probably should know who these people are. So you had Nadia, And then you have Fantana. I want to call Fantasia, not because she looked like it, just because the name just be sounding so familiar. So some of the same. So you got Fantana. So they are really and truly surprised that they got an invite to Zaria's wedding. So, anyway, so they jump in the car because they see the girls on that. Okay. But let me tell you something. I like Nadia. I do like Nadia. Nadia will have to be my favorite on here because everything and all the arguments and everything she felt in her emotions, she was right. To me, she was absolutely positively right. Now, Nadia and Swanky, baby, them is my faves right there. Now they may change my mind in season 4, but right now I'm rocking with them. So like I said, that Fantana was surprised because she's like Nadia don't fool with her and all that stuff, whatever, because they beef on social media and all that stuff. So anyway, so let's move on. Swanky and Nick and DJ now. I don't remember this man name being Nick in the previous seasons, but maybe it was, but maybe because he wasn't too much of a figure that I really cared. But I would rather give his real name. But let's move on. So his wife Kaylee. Now I had wrote down Katie because that's what I thought they said, but her name is Kaylee. So it seems like they done moved in together, over the last few months and stuff like that, whatever. Because I think in the last season, child, she still was. I want to be married. I wanted, and I think he got on his knees and said, "Listen, you can move in with me. Here go my key to my place or something." It was some of that, magnitude. So I'm like, girl, if I was you, I would have moved on because it's been 4 5 years and you ain't getting no younger. And so this man had been married 2 3 times. Well, this would have been his third time. So he is afraid and he is fearful. You got to get some therapy, brother, but you got to move forward. So, and then you got Lewis. Now, I must say, Lewis is one of my favorite too. I do think that he is not treated fairly, but I do think that he don't stand up for himself. But he said this time, this season, I'm standing up for myself, bro. I didn't see it. I like him. I think he's apologetic. I think when he may go off on the deep end like some of them, but I think when he comes to his senses or realize that he is very empathetic, like he's gonna apologize for the stuff that he do. So anyway, so he showed up to the wedding and everything. So Zaria's husband, Shakib, he is a business owner. He's in minerals. He's sell cars. Shy. He like the Jamaicans, and he gonna have 15,000 jobs. But that's okay. I ain't mad at you, brother. Because let me tell you something, honey. I would rather have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 extra ends of income. Streams of income coming in. So hey, I ain't because you're young. You're young too. Now I don't know how old you are because they show was not giving out ages on here because people talking about, ooh, she older, she younger, and all that stuff, whatever. So and they getting ready for the wedding, Annie coming in, Annie started, throwing shade and stuff like that with all that twitching she be doing and stuff. I was like, I just feel like it's something that could possibly mentally be wrong with her. It seems like she's going through a lot. She went through a lot, but I just don't remember. Now, like I said, I ain't too much care for her last season, but I just don't remember her being like this. And she could have been. I just don't remember. But anyway, so she throwing shade and stuff, and so she, saying that the groom looked like one of Zaria's sons and stuff, and and all that stuff, and they like, chill and stuff. And then she was saying in her confession, this woman got 5 kids. What can he do, to help with her 5 kids? And then she has 2 of them by a well-known artist in there, I guess in the industry and stuff. So, but yeah, anyway. So then you got Annie said to Nadia basically that, she's still mad at her because she done took 2 sides. She took sides when it came to Swanky and stuff like that. And Nadia was saying, girl, that was my friend. Like, why in the heck would I take your side? I don't even know you like that. Like, I don't even jail with you. So of course I'm gonna take his side. So it seems like Anna just still holding on to all this stuff, whatever, still got beef with this man. And yeah, and that's what you coming back on the show for, with all your little twitching and stuff. So they get ready to go into the reception, and let me tell you something. The wedding was beautiful. absolutely beautiful. The freaking reception was even more beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. Like, oh, to me, a woman's wedding dream. Like, it was just beautiful. But Annie was throwing shades at, oh, girl, you had your wedding like the guard like man, honey. Just say that you was a fan without saying you was a fan, honey. You sat here and you got all my ideas and stuff like that or whatever. And she was just saying that out loud to the other girls. And I'm like, girl, you're doing way too much. And you're saying way too much. So anyway, as they was having the reception, um, Zari was standing up and she was giving her, speech and, all that stuff and thanking everybody. And here come Kill Funny. She walks in and that's Swanky plus one. So he invited her, but the girl walked in with so much. I mean, it, can we not get into it that these women are absolutely gorgeous? Now they do wigs. Some wigs are better than others, but I can say that it seems like their wigs are looking a whole lot better from last previous seasons, honey, because them wigs was just bothering my soul. But the wigs have gotten so much better, and the women look great. The women look absolutely beautiful. They come in with they come in with excellent and they come in with elegance. That's what I was trying to say. They come in with so much elegance. So yes, I am a fan of all of these women and they style, they dress. Now Fantana, she young child and she dressed, baby, real skimpy, honey. So I'm not talking about her. When it looked like when she know how to dress or want to dress, then she get. But she is from America. So, as far as I know, now y'all can correct me on that one. But anyway, so yeah, so Kafana walk in, honey, get out there, whatever she was in, a Bentley or whatever, honey, drop her, and she coming, they like, who is this woman? Honey, them clack, 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 and she walking in. And of course, I guess, Zaria felt some type of way because she stole the show, honey. I guess people started looking at her, forget her speech, who is this walking in? And, the men was like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. So anyway, let's see. It seems as though that Diamond, Zaria's ex-husband, was not invited according to him, but there was a card placement for him at the reception because it was sitting Fantana and him together. And Fantana was like, oh my gosh, she got us sitting way down here. My friends over there, and I think she was trying to be petty and stuff, but this man was not coming. I would say, girl, I would have moved. I would have moved, child. Who was them seats for, honey? I would have moved. But anyway, but you don't want to rock the boat, though. I do get that. So Diamond and Naked was sitting down having a conversation. Basically, Diamond was just saying, I wasn't invited. Because he was like, dude, where you was? She said, I wasn't invited. Now, it seems as though, according to their court order and what Zaria had put out there on social media, basically saying that now, honey, you got to speak to my attorney. It's a certain way that they have to communicate. But I guess, he still feels like that, he didn't get an invitation to anything. And it seems as though, of course they got beef. and so he was saying that his ex-wife said, I'm going to cancel you. I'm going to cancel, I guess, family, whatever they have going on and stuff, because you ain't checking your one night stand, which is Fantana. She's saying all this stuff about me. So let's move on. Annie's sitting down with Fantana. I would have never done this. You know what I'm saying? I understand they have to sit down and have a conversation because for the sake of the show, but I would have never done this and not to this degree. But anyway, so she sit down with Fantana and she was talking about, the speech. Fantana was talking about the speech you did at Zaria's wedding and stuff. And so she was like, yeah, she said, well, I didn't think y'all liked each other like this. I was really shocked that you said, good things. She was like, yeah, I just want to kind of move past that and stuff and, be in a better place. And so, but she, was actually shocked that she invited her. But anyway, so they were trying to move past that. So Fantana was just saying that, how you seemed like you was mad at Nadia. You were saying stuff about, at Swanky at the wedding and stuff like that, like you was amped up. And she go on to explain why she was mad at Swanky, why she mad at Nadia. Nadia was taking his side and she was just basically saying that, you know what I'm saying, you were my friend and I thought we was cool and I thought we was friends, but then you're gonna say all this stuff. And then, Swanky in this voice note, attention, Swanky is 101% right from what I saw on them last season, which I think was last season. It wasn't a freaking voice note. It was a freak. He said that you was on the phone while I guess he put you on hold, you put him on hold, whatever, and you thought that he wasn't on there, and you started talking mad crazy stuff about him. It was nothing that I know of that was recorded, so it ain't no voice note. So girl, go on with that. And so my kids, they now if she got some kind of condition, I do apologize because I didn't know she had no condition, and I don't think she got no condition. I just think it's just nerves, in my opinion, probably from everything with her husband put through or whatever. But yeah, so all of that, please miss me with that, Annie, because really and truly, you just want to have a reason to be mad at this man. This man was your best friend, and he seems to be a good friend that he will ride and die for you. Swanky seemed like that dude that would ride and die for you, and he seemed like a real good, chill person. And so it was no voice note. So you trying to say this to Fantana that there was a voice note, and your daughter got bullied for that because the kids was like, "Oh my God, your mama did, yeah, yeah, yeah," and so they got bullied for that. But I want the voice note. I want you lied to billions of people. You lied, and you can't even go to the streets of Nigeria because they want to whoop your butt because you lied. Girl, bye. Stop all that lying. You the one lying, girl. Please, Mm, 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 I was really contemplating if I was going to do this season because sometimes I just enjoy watching without actually reviewing it. But it got on my nerves so much, so I just decided to throw my 2 cents in there and give my opinion. And y'all drop down and give us yours as well. So anyway, they left their little meetup, but Fantana said, "You know what? I hope she don't think I'm gonna keep this to myself. I don't know you like that, honey. I'm gonna go back and tell my friends exactly what you said, word for word, honey, minute for minute." And she did. But let's move on. So Nadia is also having a conversation with Kafani, just basically kind of filling her up on, hey, the girls, they this, they that, and all that stuff, and how Annie is. But Kafani, she don't care, honey. She seemed to side with Annie, and I do not know why, honey. Can you not see past the BS this woman is throwing you, honey? She is such a victim in every way, honey. She is such a Karen in every way. So Annie and Confine sit down and they have a conversation. Confine was just saying, she liked her, hey, I know Nadia said what she said, but I like her. Why? Because she gave you compliments. She was like, "Girl, I've been watching you. You know what I'm saying? I love the way you dress. I love your fly. I love this. I love that." Is that why? Because she gave you compliments? Because she was like, "Girl, I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to dress like you." Is that why? Because I don't understand. I do understand you got to get to know somebody to say, "Oh my gosh, I really like them," but I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? I would just have my eyes open. But it's like you could see past that facade that she puts on, and she just gives you total victim. But anyway, it seems as though Kafani is having a sit down gathering event, for everybody. And Nadia comes in and she basically ignores Annie because she was like, "I don't fool with her." But anyway, as they were sitting down, she told her, "Annie, this actually where your wedding venue was. Now you were saying it was over there where not Nadia's wedding. No, this is where your wedding venue was. Girl, stop." So, Kafani was asking what she thought about Zaria's wedding. And Anna was like, it was okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? If she happy, I'm happy. And then Nadia was like, Nadia was like, in the confession, she was like, "That's a backhanded compliment. Like, why would you say that? Like, as long as she happy, stuff like that." So that Nadia was like, "I got time today." So she basically goes in and just saying, "Girl, you're negative. Everything that come out your mouth is negative. I just really truly don't understand the issues you got. You know what I'm saying? And all this stuff. Like you just a whole negative." And she like facts. Like I said, I rocks with Nadia because she be telling the truth. Let's see. So, they get into it, they go back and forth, word for word and all that stuff, whatever. And, Nadia and I mean, Annie and her, you know what I'm saying? And she said, "Girl, I'm leaving. I ain't got time for this and stuff." And she was like, "Girl, bye, honey." And she called each other witch. She said, "Honey, you the witch, honey. Look like you done came them boots on, honey, from Alice in that Wonderland." I said, "Ooh, yeah." So now we're on episode 2. So this is called Boundaries. Boundaries. So Lewis is walking in. This still from the last scene. So Lewis is walking in, and he was feeling confined and stuff like that. So he was like, he gave her a hug, and I do agree. Although I do like Lewis, them hugs, bro. If a girl is single, you got to even get permission to that. Just like you were saying, you got to get permission to sit next to Fantana. You know what I'm saying? Consent. You and them hugs is not consentful. I don't know what you feel in your whole soul, or is you trying to birth a baby in them, but them hugs is illegal and got to be illegal in some countries. I don't think that he necessarily means harm, but I do understand that he is a man, and he seemed like he is a very flirtatious man. So he could be getting something off of those hugs. But anyway, never to say the least. But he did say that he was gonna stand up for himself and all that stuff, whatever. So he was like, I ain't gonna let them punk me and stuff. But my heart be going out to Lewis because I know he got his family and all that stuff, whatever. But anyway. So Nadia was just saying, okay, Lewis, where your girlfriend at? He was like, I don't have a girlfriend. That was just a friend I brought. The lady that did the ordination for their wedding was a friend of Lewis. And so he was like, that was just a friend I brought, to the event and stuff like that or whatever. So Kafani was saying, was asking him how old he was. And she's like, you in your 20s? He was like, higher. So he was like 30. And she's like 34. And so she was like, I do not date no men younger than me, honey. I like them older, honey, with some little gray hair in the beard and stuff. Now, Lewis was feeling confined. Like, he was really and truly feeling this woman. But that didn't happen. Fantasia tells Nadia what Anna had said. And when they were sitting down and stuff like that or whatever, when Nadia was coming in, and no, when Fantasia was coming in, and so she was just saying, and she was saying, "Word," she said, "What? Well, I just chewed her out because I didn't even know that situation took place, but I know how she was acting at the wedding and all that stuff, whatever." And she told her everything that Anna said about Swanky, about her, and all that stuff, whatever. So as they sit down, Zadia tells Kafani, basically why you walked in while I was talking. And she was like, well, I didn't know. I wasn't trying to make a scene or anything. I just walked in and I knew that I was, Swinky's +1. So, I wasn't trying to steal your shine and stuff. So Zari like, with them ears now. I don't like to talk about nobody, but those ears be eerie. They be eerie. They do be eerie. And her wig sometimes get on my nerves. Like, they do. But anyway, do I like Zaria? She can. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. I guess she about a good 50-50 with me because she do throw a little shade and stuff like that or whatever. But yeah. So Kafani explained herself and all that stuff, whatever. So anyway, Zaria asked Nadia was, she dating, and Nadia was like, girl, no, honey, it's a challenge drive here. And Zaria was asking, well, at least Fantasia got different the N word to holler at. Why she put Fantasia in I don't know. Fantana. Y'all see, I'm gonna say Fantasia. Fantana. Why she put Fantana in it, I do not know. But she was like, she got some, and Fantana was like, why she even say that? Like, huh? How I get in it? And she be having that, like that. Girl is beautiful. I know I can tell she had some work done. I can just tell, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them did. But I'm saying, did she have work done to her lips? Because her lips go all the way back. Now she could just have a big mouth, and that could just be how her lips are. I don't know how she was before, but I don't know if she did that on purpose. Why? For the why? I want to know. Because she was a beautiful girl, like for why? But anyway, those just my little 2 cents on that. I like throwing them. So, excuse me. They bring up Lewis liking Kafani. Kafanti. It ain't no T, it's Kafani. They bring that up, and she was just like, "Oh, I'm confused, honey. He like me or whatever." So Fantana get upset. Now, the girl really and truly got upset because this man is liking somebody else and no longer, I guess, liking her. That was why she really got upset, y'all. It wasn't because of, no, you got upset because now he liking you. Because in your confession, you was like, yeah, he still got a thing for me and stuff like that. I'm just saying he should just shoot his shot and stop being so soft and stuff. Like, you want me, tell me you want me. Okay. So yeah, so when Fantana heard this, like, oh, you like everybody. What is your type for real? Is it just a pretty face? I'm just asking, like, well, is it a pretty face or what it is? Because I just need to know, like, your type. You ain't got no type. Like, you like everybody. You like my friend. You like me. You like did that. I was like, girl, what's it to you though? Like, what's it to you? I mean, like, what does it have to do with you? Oh, because he liking too many people. Now you don't feel so special. Now you don't feel like the exception. Now you don't feel so pretty, so to speak, because now he liking other women besides you. You thought he was just gonna be stuck on you, and you just gonna put him in your pocket as a friend, and he, okay, I got you. Yep. So anyway, Lewis said that, you know what I'm saying, I can't. So you saying I can't talk to other women, but you can sit here and talk to other men. Like, you can have a slew of men that, but me talking to other women is not a problem. And Kafani was like, you know what? You're right. Louis, you're right about that. Like, there's kind of like a double standard and stuff. So anyway, whoo child, Fantana go off, honey, because this man there stand up for himself. So she go off, say he got some cheap suits, don't sit by me and all that stuff, whatever. And he said, let me tell you some name. He told Nikki, you the DJ, name 3 songs that this girl done made. In the confession, Nikki said, whatever. Nikki said, I don't even think Fantana know her songs, like, can name 3. So, she really gets upset, child. That guy said, woo, honey, he struck a nerve, honey. She gets upset, irate, honey. They had to move them and all that stuff, whatever. And she say all that. I said, ooh, child, their nerve was struck when it came to this. And then Kafani said, oh, my gosh, this is childish. Hold that note. Because you're going to have some childish ways later on. Not in this video, but hold that note. So yeah, she looking down on everybody and saying, "Ooh, this childish and all that stuff, whatever." So let's move on, honey. Okay, so now you got Zaria and Shakim. So that's her husband. They out to dinner and stuff, and basically his whole thing is her baby daddy, her ex-husband, Diamond. It seems as though there was some disrespect, I guess, when they were dating, and he really and truly just want to have a conversation. And plus, y'all need to respect boundaries. I'm saying to myself, Shakim, uh, Shakim, why didn't y'all talk about this before y'all got married? Why is these issues that this should have been settled before y'all got married? Like, it should have been conversation. It should have been sit downs. It should have been all this stuff. But maybe y'all wanted to wait. You had a wedding. Now you talk about it on the show. Or maybe it was something y'all talk about and they're going to bring it back on the show. I don't know. But I'm just trying to figure out, this is a little out of order. Now, do I like Shakim? At first, I didn't. Meaning, I felt that he was a little bit insecure. But I think that his reasonings and what he feel is valid. And I think that he is very mature for a young man. I don't know how young he is, but if she is married to a younger man, I think he's very mature. I think he can handle it. I think he say the way he feel, and I also think that he's a calm. Like she said, this man bring her peace. I can see that because it seemed like he ain't rocking no boat, stirring nothing. He ain't doing none of that. He want to talk civil. He want to have civil conversations. He want to get everything out in the open, and I want to resolve whatever issues we got. So I like him for that. Like, I like him. So as they were sitting down talking, that's basically what he was talking about. Like, he feels that there's still something going on with you and your baby daddy. You and Diamond, like, y'all hug, like y'all to him, he was saying y'all still have flirtatious ways, like y'all still into each other. And I can see that when they were sitting down talking, I can see that it's something about this dude Diamond though. I don't know what up with Lil Wayne, little brother, because that's what he look like. I ain't saying he is, but that's what he look like. And he feel like I don't know what he is in his country. I don't know where he is over there. I don't know wherever he's singing I don't know. He probably is like a Lil Wayne. But the thing is that the dude is smooth. The dude is straight up smooth, honey. And it's something about when these women talk to this man, honey, they cheesing all day long. Just and y'all know Fantana got the mouth and the lips, and it's all over. You're really all over the place. It's really all over the place. So her face is one big smile. So I don't know what it is, but he said when y'all in each other presence, like y'all hugging, y'all touching, y'all doing all this stuff, whatever. So I feel disrespected. So I don't need that going on going forward. Note taking. Note taking. So let's move on. So Fantana is visiting Diamond. And so anyway, so she was like, I'm really annoyed at him and stuff like that or whatever because I heard that he got a girl, he was kissing somebody, blah blah blah, whatever. So he was like, you know what I'm saying? I finna warm her up. That's one thing you got to do. You got to lie to a woman. You got to give them all the roses, the chivalry, the kindness, all this stuff. Well, just lie to him, honey. They'd be okay. That's one thing about a woman, honey. These are his words. This is how he feels. He was like, I take my glasses off, honey. You look at my eyes, and I'm telling you, once that is a wrap. So yeah, he is telling you how he feels about a woman. And he can get anything, he can sway any way he wants to, which makes me think that I don't know if I do feel that Zaria and Diamond do still have an attraction for each other because you just to me last season was you not still mad at Fantana for being with this man, right? And then within a year you get married to another man, right? So are your feelings gone completely? I think that there's still something there, in my opinion. But anyway, so he was telling her, listen, I got you these flowers from Tanzania. I'm like, bruh, you could have just said, I got you some flowers. You doing too much. She was like, oh, okay, put the flowers over there before I hit you with them and stuff. So she said that, you know what I'm saying, that you got me out here looking stupid. I'm mad at you because you got me out here looking stupid. I've been fighting for us. I've been fighting for you saying, no, you ain't like this and all this stuff, whatever. And you up here being with another girl on social media, like you're making me look stupid. And he was like, what are you talking about? I ain't with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? She's smiling the whole time. And she was telling him not to be smiling. See, you smiling, making me smile. You laugh, you making me laugh and stuff. He was, I'm just saying, like, I ain't with nobody else. Like, where you get that from? No, you know what I'm saying? I miss you. I want to be with you. And he throwing it on, throwing, honey. The sugar, the ice cream, the cherries, the candy, he throwing it. And she eating it up, honey. And so she was like, so you mean to tell me you ain't got a girl like here? He's like, no. In his confession, he was like, I'm in an open relationship, honey, and I ain't got to tell her nothing. Like, I ain't got to tell her that. Like, yeah, it is what it is. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So anyway, and he was like, you talking about the such and such girl? She's like, yeah, with the Z. He was like, if that's your artist, ain't that's your artist? He was like, yeah, that's my artist, because she's trying to convince herself that this is just business. But looking at dude, honey, he loves to mix business and pleasure together. So yeah. But anyway, he was like, let's get out of here. Let's go home. What we gonna do? No, he said, let's go. And she was like, where you want to go? He said, let's go home. And he already knew what he wanted, and she knew what he wanted. Okay. All right, girl. 26, son. You acting 21. So let's move on. So Diamond is meeting up with um Zira. Why did I just forget her name? Zira. Nah, Zira. Zara. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. I don't know why I just forgot her name. But yeah, so he meeting up with his ex-wife, Zaria. Zaria. Why did I just forget it? Anyway, Zaria. So he's meeting up with Zaria, and and she got the kids and stuff like that. So as they were sitting down talking, um, he was telling his daughter, he was like, I hadn't heard from you, stuff like that. And she pointed at her mom. And And she said, I tried to call you, but mama wouldn't. And so she was like, well, you can call your dad during the weekday and stuff like that. Basically, she was saying in confession, like, because of the courts, she can't not call her dad like that. And he was saying because of that thing on social media, she got an attorney and all that stuff, whatever, said, I'm going to cancel you. It seems like he hadn't seen his kids in like 2 years. And he was like, he's not going to let that happen again. So as she's sitting down talking to him, once again, she's smiling too. She get to smiling later on, but she's smiling too. Like I said, I don't know what about Lil Wayne, honey, but child, they be smiling. Guess it's the sex, honey. Maybe she reminiscing. I don't know. So yeah, she was just basically saying they got to go through the courts and stuff like that. And so he was just saying it's unfair. He was saying that stuff is unfair. And she was like, no, really and truly, it's unfair that you let your side, well, she didn't say side chick, but you let this one night stand get in between our relationship, and then you're gonna tell her that you feel that I'm bitter and stuff like that. She was like, I'm not bitter. And I do think that he good at messing. Now I can remember some of his messiness and shadiness from last season, not much, but I do know he was pitting these women against each other, and that's probably what he like. That's probably what he like. Telling you, this is a boy. It's not a man. Don't care how much money he got. This is a boy. This is still a little boy. So anyway, let's move on. So as they were sitting there talking, he was just telling her basically don't overreact to all this stuff on social media. Stop putting the business out there. Stop getting your feelings about all this stuff, whatever, and everything. So she was letting him know, listen, I need for you to talk to my man about, y'all need to sit down and have a conversation. This man's gonna be around your kids and all that stuff. Y'all need to sit down and talk. He's like, okay, that's fine. You know, Okay, so Zaria and Nadia and Swanky, they, all sit down. Now, in that scene, I had put down here in that confessional now, Zaria dresses are not always flattering to her body. Now, that one looked like she had Hulk Hogan. I said, is that real in between that? It looked like, like them fake muscle suits that you put on. That's what it looked like right in there. And it's supposed to be cleavage, but I think it was pressing too hard, honey, and it was just pressing around. I don't know, but that's just like it was just not good for her body. So as Zaria and Nadia are sitting down, they're talking to Swanky and stuff. So Nadia was telling about the things that Anna had said at the wedding and stuff. So that's what they do, honey. They gonna go back and tell the other one that's how they make TV stuff. So I don't know why Anna felt the need to do all that stuff and say all that stuff, and basically saying that her man was young. And Zaria said, how in the heck she gonna be talking about my man young, honey, and stuff like that when her husband is around here having kids all around the world? I said, ooh, yeah. And Swank was like, ooh, yeah, because he was good friends with her. He was good friends with her husband. So he surely know what that man was doing. Okay. So Swanky said that, as far as putting her, him in the mix or whatever and stuff like that, he was like, I thought we was in a better place. I forgave her and we moved on and stuff. But then she bringing this back up like I really and truly don't understand. I was like, the girl needs a storyline, child, I guess, in all her movements. And saying that he can't walk on the streets in Nigeria. He was like, I'm on the streets, I'm out in the streets all the time, ain't nobody bother me, ain't nobody saying that to me. So yeah, he was like, that's not true. So Annie and Kafani, they are talking and having a conversation. Of course, Annie got to latch on to somebody that don't know all of her shenanigans and all the stuff. So it got to be a new person that she got to latch on to. And of course, Kafani be falling for the BS. Oh, really? And she was like, yeah, I know that Nadia's going through a lot. I done loved and lost before too. So I'm just, I have compassion. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet. I was like, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please. Please stop. Because this girl is giving all you and you eating it right on up. Oh, I like you, Annie. Well, you the only person, child. Even I don't. So Diamond and Shakir, they sit down and they talk. And he said, I want to first talk to you about boundaries and stuff like that. I feel like, both of you are like feeling each other, like, it's still stuff there. So, he told him that he was a fan. I noticed was WAS was. He said, yeah, I was a fan. They showed a picture they took a long time ago when that man that barely had no dreads and he had little things sticking up like that. So and he was much younger. So I don't know how long he's been in the industry, but it seemed like he's been in a long time. So he was like, yeah, man, I was a fan. And I'm saying, okay, was you a fan? But did you know that this woman's his ex-wife? Like, did you go after her for that reason? I got more questions. I got more questions. 100%. Because folks can do that. So you was a fan, and that was a long time ago, to the point that he don't remember. And now you married to his ex-wife. Huh. Okay, I see you, Shakib. Don't be telling on yourself, bro. Just say you was a fan, honey. But he said was, and he was like, "Oh, I'm glad to know you a fan." No, he said was, child. And none no more. So anyway, so Shakib said that I just want to talk to you about this song now. Y'all know they got different languages in different parts of Africa, right? So it seems as though, from my understanding, he was singing, what's his name? Diamond, singing, rapping, whatever he do, a song in Uganda. And I guess it's Uganda. Now, again, I'm ignorant to this, but I'm open to learning. So he was singing a song in another language. And he's saying, bro, I don't even know if you knew what you was actually singing, but the words were, keep your love for me, I'll come back. And I feel that you were singing that song to your ex-wife. And they showed us a clip saying, "Ooh, this song dedicated to my ex-wife, my children's mom." And the folks like, "Oh yeah." So I feel that, what I'm saying, you knew what you were doing. This was why we was dating. So I feel that you send the smoke signals and stuff like that, saying that, hey, I can get her back. And he said in his confession, hey, I can get her back. Like, she want to come with the platinum. Like, she can come back anytime, honey. I have no problem. If I want her, I can get her. I was like, oh, that's bold. That's bold. But anyway, so he was just telling you, bro, and he was like, well, I didn't really know what I was singing at first, but then I, realized what I was singing. And he was like, yeah, everybody else started talking, like the street started talking about you singing this song. He was like, well, no. I don't know if he admitted that he wasn't or not, but I don't know. We didn't see that part or whatever. So, yeah. And then they started talking about, the fact that it was a video out there saying that basically he wanted Zaria to have another child of his. Now that's still debatable. I don't know who to believe. At first I believed Diamond, then he lied too much for me. And I said, I can't be believing him. I believe that she did say that she wanted to have another child with the man that, she didn't want to have all these baby daddies, because she got 3 by the first one. Then she got 2. So I'm saying, why did you want to have another child? But anyway, so yeah, so I don't know who to believe, to be honest. So anyway, so Shakib said that they even tried to work on having a child, but it seems like they've been unsuccessful. For, I guess this is a real soft spot for him, and they even having to look towards surrogacy. I was like, dog, this is the whole thing, surrogacy. So Kaylee is having an event. She's invited Swanky, and Swanky is coming with Nadia and Zari. So now he's not coming with them, but those are the people that is coming, and Fantana, and then Annie come. Yeah, and Kafani. They all arrive. So Kafani was in her feelings about when Zari had said that she came to the, wedding, and just kind of like stole the show or whatever the case may be. And so Swanky was saying, me and Zari had a conversation, and she wasn't being mean or saying anything, as far as you walking. She said, oh, okay, really? Because that's not what I got from her. She was like, really? You didn't get that? Like, girl, stop playing. You, Zari, you was being funny. For real, for real. You was being funny. You was being a little sneaky, whatever you want to call it. And so she said she don't too much care for that girl, which I don't blame her. So anyway, Zaria said to Annie, I know what you said about my husband, honey. I can't keep it to myself no more. I got to tell it, honey. I know this your event, Kaylee, but girl, I got to say this, and that woman sitting on the end of the table, honey, I cannot hold this. What you said about my husband? You said my husband was young. Yeah, and like, what's wrong with that? You want me to say he was old? And she was just like, girl, keep my husband name out your mouth. You up there talking about my husband. Then you talking about my kids was right down in the row in front of you. You up there saying all that stuff about my husband and all that. Because she said her husband was, or one of them said, oh, yeah, this the scene. Yeah, this the part. Anyway. So she said, your husband 50 years old, honey. I've here sleeping with 20 some years old. I said, ooh, Zaria. I love it. You telling the truth? I guess. I don't know, child. This show, child. I don't know. But yeah, Annie and all of her quirkiness or whatever she got going on. Shut up. Like, why you in these folks' business, honey? You know your man out there doing worse. So she was saying he out here getting 20 some year old pregnant and stuff. And she said, yeah, he may be young, but he better than yours, honey. Yeah. And it said, your son and your husband will be at the clubs together, honey. You'll be there sleeping alone. I said, oh, chat, right. Let me write this down, honey, because they are throwing shade for days. So, Funny said, can we have a moment of silence? Oh, Zari said, girl, who died? I thought that was funny, and it came right on point because she was already amped up. She was like, "Girl, who died? Like, why is we having a moment for silence, guys? When we close your eyes, they have a moment for silence for somebody that was smart. I like when she said that. You know what I'm saying? Zaria, like I said, she 50-50 for me, but yeah, she was like, "Girl, who died?" And there was Katie was telling Caitlin. Caitlin. She was just saying, girl, Zari, can you chill? Like, can you chill? She was like, no, girl, I gotta say it. I'm sorry, girl. I gotta say it. You know, I'm not done. Let me say what I got to say. And so, here go Annie. Swanky. 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 Are you gonna let her talk to me like that? I was like, why you do that? You should let that man alone, honey. You should let that man alone. Because this man is not rocking with you after you done said what you said. And you should have known somebody would go back and tell. So he was like, Fantana, so y'all had lunch together. What was said when y'all had lunch? You thought, huh? What? Oh, the lunch. Yeah, the lunch. And it said, well, what about the voice note? What about the voice note? The voice note. And she said that 15,000 times. And the man was like, girl, get out of here. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You talked about me. You talked to my friends about me and saying all this stuff. So I really truly don't want to hear it. And yeah, girl. So yeah, they get up and walk out. But Zaria and Swanky, they sat down and had a conversation. And it really kind of hurt because I like Swanky. I really do. I think he seemed like a real cool dude. Like I said, he'll rock with you. Seemed like a good friend for a woman to have. So he started talking to Zari and he was like, I'm just sick of it. It ain't no voice note. And I didn't explain that a bunch of times. She was on a call and she was saying some stuff about me. So it was nothing to record. So it was nothing like that out there. And she was like, Swank, but before he went out there, Swanky, you did this in front of billions of people. You lied on me. You're a liar. I was like, girl, Karen, stop it. Just stop it. So yeah, Swanker was crying and he teared up, say that. And he was just like, I'm just tired, So, anyway, yeah, bye. So let's move on to episode 3. It's called The Showdown. So this is still part of, the last one. So Annie leaves and as she leaving, she was disappointed at Fantana. Well, like the lies, the deception, you know what I'm saying? And he just gonna sit there. I was like, lied about what? The Fantana repeated what you said. Like, how is everybody a liar when it comes out your mouth? That's why I rock with Zaria. Not her. I rock with Nadia. They took too many anxiety at night. And I rock with Nadia because she is right about this. So anyway, Diamond and Lewis and Naked, meet up. And they going to let's see, is this the one? They going like on off-roading thing or something like that or whatever. So anyway, I had wrote that Diamond dressed like Lil Wayne. So he was like, y'all didn't tell me the attire, and I'm dressed like this. Yeah, dressed like you finna go to a rap on concert immediately. But anyway, so Nick can bring up the fact that Lewis liking Kafani. And so he was like, yeah, yeah, I think she's beautiful. She's this, she that, whatever. But she don't date older. I mean, younger, anybody younger than her. So it peaks Diamond ear. He was like, oh, who is this woman? What she look like? Yada yada yada. And he was like, ain't you supposed to be with Fantana? He was like, no, we just having a good time, honey. She's just my F buddy. When a man say that about you, I don't even know why. Why you would want to continue to be with him. If you hear that a man told another man that she just my F buddy, that's how he feels about you. He has like no strings attached. I just like having sex with you. It's just a good time. And when I'm in town, let's just kick it. And that's how he sees it. That's how he sees it. But yet it's still this girl, ooh, she going hard for him, honey. Let's see. But he's still into confining and stuff like that or whatever. And then he also tell dude, he was like, oh, okay, so she just your F buddy. Well, she think it's some more than he said. Well, sometimes you just gotta lie to these women. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta give them what they want to hear, say what you need to say, and all that stuff, whatever. But yeah. So Lewis was like, you know what? Because of the fight, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna take one for the team. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because, yeah, I ain't finna say nothing else. I said, that's right. Keep your mouth shut. This is not your fight to fight, honey. I know you be liking to be fair with. No, this is not your fight. So let's see. Kaylee and Zaria are talking at the soccer field. Now, why Zaria got to come up there like she is like, girl, you're doing too much. The girl is playing soccer, doing something, honey. Like, then they got the little table out there with the little. So anyway, they talk about the situation, and she basically apologized for her for ruining her event. And Kayla was just saying, that Anna wanted to speak to my man. I thought she would apologize to me. She wanted to speak to me, but she wanted to speak to my man. What you want to talk to my man for? Like about what? So here she go. They show the scene where she over there bobbing and weaving, honey, weaving and bobbing. Well, she over there talking to, well, actually, Nick had come to her house to talk to her and give her some flowers and stuff because he said, I heard that, at the event that the other people was ganging up on you. I was like, girl, Karen, that's what they do. So anyway, she was like, Nick, I just wanted to do this. I don't understand why everybody's against me. I don't understand. She do all that. I just don't understand. But anyway, she appreciated him coming over. And she said that all I said was that girl, man was younger than her, and they attacked me. And she said Swanky joined in. See, that's the person you don't. Them kind of friends I don't want. I don't ever want in my life. Ever. I don't want one that plays the victim, that don't take accountability, that is just sit there and blame everybody else. No, man. And then I got to sit there and coddle you and comfort you and all that. Bye. Shoe fly shoe. So anyway, yeah, she tell all that lie and stuff like that or whatever, and try to make Nikki feel sorry for her. So anyway, she also said, and I don't know when it was it last season or filming or whatever, she said that she was pregnant with twins, but she had a miscarriage, she lost them. And so she said she'd been going through a lot, but she said she ain't had no friends to call on. She was going through all that by herself. And she started talking about that voice note. And he was like, can we just leave the voice note alone? Like, you got other stuff to deal with. Can we just anyway? So Naked is having an event where they're doing roller skating. It seems as though none of the people over there can roller skate. But they said, we know that Santana can do it. She's Americanized. She done been to America. She's from America, whatever they said. And she could, but don't look like she can do it that good. Now, I love me some good old roller skating. Honey, I can get back out there now. I have to take my time because one fall, honey, can cost you nowadays. But baby, I used to love to do some roller skating. I probably went last year. I think year before last in roller skate. But anyway, so he's having his event. Seems like it's a 70s event, and so everybody dressing up. They look good. They come in. Zaria is asking Kafani, about, I heard what you said about me after the event and stuff like that or whatever. But she said, I just want to tell you why you couldn't say it in my face. She said, I could have, but you left. And I think she could have. I really do. I don't think she bite her tongue. So she said, I could have, but you left. And so she was like, well, I just want to apologize if you took it some kind of way, but. So they are all trying to skate barely and everything. And so Annie walks in and Zaria is sit as I think Annie right there, Fantana, and then Zaria. She reached out her hand to her and like the ET. And so she reached back at her and they have a moment, they apologize for all that stuff, whatever. I can understand not want to be Annie's friend 100%. I don't even know her and I don't want to be her friend. Not for real on this television. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So everybody was in a apologetic mood and stuff like that. So Kaylee walks in because people was asking about her and all that stuff, whatever. So she walks in. He was like, "Oh, here come my fine wife." I said, "Like, wife, girlfriend. Why you can't marry her?" But okay, we're gonna move on. So Swanky apologizes to Kaylee because he was like, "Listen, I was at your event. It was wrong the way I acted and the outburst. So I do apologize for that." So she accepts her apology. And on the other end, basically saying, "Oh, he can apologize to her." You know what I'm saying? Offer her apology, but he can't offer me one. I was like, girl, no. For what? You don't want to say something? Like, who says something about somebody and then expect them to apologize to them? Girl, bye. Anyway. So yeah, Fantana apologized to Lewis. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I like the way she did it. Oh, Lewis, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know sometimes I can be a brat. I'm so sorry. And she give him a hug and stuff like, oh, I love you. I like the way she did it. Now Fantana, like, I kind of like her. Now, I don't like how dumb she acting over this man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, all women done had their moments when they acted dumb over a man. I just hope she snap out of it. So, oh yeah, so it seems as though Zaria and Nadia up to noticing that what's the girl name Annie and Kafani up there talking, and it was like, what they up there talking about? She's a girl. She got another victim, honey, and the don't know people that don't know her. So she's talking to. I said, and that's absolutely right. She don't know her. So yeah, she's giving her all of her sad stories, her woes, and all that stuff, whatever. While they over there talking, she throwing to me, in my opinion, Annie. She's throwing shade at Swanky because he's sitting up there talking to Lewis, and he can hear their conversation. And so she was just like, and saying all this stuff. But he was like, bro, let's come on, let's leave, because I don't want to hear all this stuff or whatever. So Annie get back to the house, and so she calls. She was like, I just want to leave. I just want to go home. Well, I don't have no friends here. I don't talk to nobody. I'm lonely. La la la. So she called her husband on FaceTime and basically said, "Can I come home?" And he was saying, he asked her how everything was going, and she said it or whatever. And so he was like, I just told you, hey, just come on here, just show up and stuff like that or whatever. So, but I'm gonna go and make the arrangements for you. And so she headed back home. Well, praise the Lord. Ain't nobody gonna miss you, girl. Nobody but Kafani, because that's the only person she really can talk to or whatever the case may be. But anyway, so Fantana goes to see Nadia, and they talk about her apologizing to Lewis. And she said, "Oh, girl, that was so sweet." She said, I was just in my feelings and stuff like that. But, I ain't finna hold it long. So I had to apologize. And she did. So as they were talking, she asked her how she was doing and stuff. And so Nadia was just saying that, you know, I'm doing okay. Like, and she was like, girl, I know you be faking the funk. You really and truly not okay. But in that conversation, they also was just saying too, she was like, girl, why are you acting? Nadia was acting Fantana why she was acting weird. She was like, girl, I just want to say, honey, I ain't had my period in like 2 weeks. She was like, girl, what? She said, so I might be pregnant. Oh my gosh, with Diamond's baby child. Now with Diamond's baby. So go off like that. So now we're on episode 4, and this is gonna be the last one, and then I will give y'all the rest. So episode 4 is called Who Runs the Jungle? Oh, okay. I have to think about it. But anyway, so Nadia said that girl, you can't be pregnant with Diamond, baby. She said, yes, I am, Chad. I'm saying, girl, you don't, this man is traveling around the world. You ain't seen him how long? You ain't wrapping it up? That's why I said. Santana, I like her sometimes. I think she a good time, but yeah, she be wearing blonde wigs for a reason, Chad, because she be acting like it ain't nothing up here. This man tell you anything. He probably told you, I don't want to put no, because I want to feed you, so I don't want to put no condom on and like that. And you end up getting, okay, all right. And how that's going to be with Zarya? You know what I'm saying? Knowing to me, in my opinion, this woman still got some little residue of feelings for this man. But okay. Yeah. So anyway, that's when she was asking Nadia how she doing. She was like, fine, but not fine. And it seems as though she was just saying, I really truly need to go to therapy, but I don't think I'm going to. She was like, why not? She says it's too much for her to unpack, and she starts to cry. So it seems as though she lost her person. I don't know if she was married to this man, but Keenan, I think that's his name. He passed away. I don't know what happened to him, and I ain't do my research on the internet to try to find out because they didn't give it to us, so I didn't go looking. And so I don't know if he was life was taken by somebody else at the hands of somebody else, but yeah. So that was her person, that was her best friend, and she was just like, she been lost without him, and I don't know how long it's been since the airing of this show, since this part till when this happened, and she was just like, her friends come in, rotate in shifts just to be able to, make sure she's not alone because she has been suicidal. Y'all fill in the words because there's certain words you can't say on YouTube. And she wanted to take her life at times. But that's why her friends really and truly been. I said, them some good friends to rotate. You know what I'm saying? Like those are friends. Those are friendships to me. To rotate, to come in there like, okay, now I'm coming in on Thursday, spend the night with you, cooking for you, do you, I'll give you all the things that you need and stuff like that to make sure you're good. And then somebody coming on Friday, somebody coming on Saturday. And I thought that was good. She said, but then there was times where she has been alone. And I guess it's kind of been rough for her. So she just kind of throw herself into her work so she won't have to think about it. So now I didn't see this lady on this season, and her name is Kahani or something like that. And I know she was on the previous seasons of this show, but she wasn't on this one. I was looking for her because I know she's an older lady. I think I was getting her and Nadia mixed up. But yeah, I knew because she was an older lady and the way she carried herself, I just love it. But yeah, so she's not on here and like full time, and I don't know why. Maybe she's going through some things or whatever. Like I said, I don't follow these people on social media. I don't know what they're going through. So so she shows up with gifts and stuff like that, and Nadia was just so happy to see her, and she just falls in her arms and cries. And then she sit on the couch, and when she just falls on her arm and cry because she said, I haven't seen you since the funeral. And she was like, yeah, I've been checking on you, I've been calling on you, but I can tell in your voice that you wasn't fine, so I had to come down here and check on you. And yeah, so like she said, even Keena's mom stayed with her for like a month, just to make sure that she was okay. So Kania, I think that the way they pronounce, because they do say words fast, they say Connie. Now, however they saying it, I'm gonna say Connie because that's how they sound like to me. So she was saying two things that humans don't like to do is be alone and rejection. Now, because sometimes they say the silence can be too loud. One thing that I've learned, and I'm not talking about myself in this situation, but I do like silence. Like to have nothing on. No radio, no TV. If the TV is on, it's on mute. No phone, and just listen in silence. You know what I'm saying? Just have nothing on. And sometimes it can be so beautiful. It can be so beautiful. And you can actually hear your inner thoughts more about yourself to me. And you can actually hear God speaking to you. When you have things on, again, aside from this situation is different, but I understand she probably don't like the silence because now she's dealing with her own thoughts and, reminiscing on missing him and all that stuff, whatever. But we do need to have silence a lot. So Nadia said, tell this woman that Fantana is pregnant. Now I thought that they were just gonna keep it right there. That's one thing I would have said, girl, you weren't supposed to tell her. I ain't telling you nothing else. again goes with Fantana being young, and she's just smiling. God, I can't believe that. But yeah, she would say, "Well, Diamond, baby," and she's just looking at her like she crazy. And she said, "Girl, don't tell Swanky." She said, "I'm finna call him right now. Don't tell him that. No, I'm finna call." Well, she said, "I'm finna call him and tell him I'm here." And of course, she tell him. And she was like, "Don't tell my mama. Don't tell my mama. I don't know what I'm gonna do." And so yeah, she tell him and stuff like that. And Swanky was like, "Okay, pregnant. Okay, why? Like, are y'all gonna get married? Are y'all gonna have a wedding?" Because I think in his culture, I think he said West Africa, like they think different, they believe different. So different parts of the continent, they work different ways, believing they got different cultures. So let's move in the next scene. So Zaria and her husband are having a conversation about, the diamond conversation or whatever. They at the pool. And he said, it's like when y'all together, it's like you forget about me. And he was like, that kind of scares me and stuff like that. And I know y'all have kids together, so y'all have a certain bond, but And he also said that, we talked about the baby thing or whatever. So Lewis planned a trip for them to go on the safari. And it seemed like they got, they had the, I guess, Airbnb, wherever they all staying there or whatever. And so Kafani joins them. And I noticed them hugs. I told you. Like Lewis be hugging, honey. He be hugging. So he was hugging her for a long time. And so Nick was like, okay, like let it go. Can I get a hug? Stuff like that or whatever. And when he hugged tight. And sometimes it seemed like his hand slides and hit the top of their buttocks, in my opinion. But anyway, so Zaria comes in with her husband and stuff like that, and he hugs her the same. And it seemed like longer. And the other was like, dang, wait, she's a married woman. And Nick was like, bruh, talking to Shakib, you see that? He was like, yeah, man, I see that. That's messed up. And so, when they finished hugging, honey, because Zadi was like, yeah, I was like, when I hug, and she hugged her husband like that. That's how you hug. It's like you hug from the side, whatever, but you don't hug. It's like Nick was like, you don't hug no married woman like that. And Zadi was like, they was like this, like body to body, honey, front to front. And Lewis was like, that's like my sister. So, Shakib checked him, like, bro, like, that's my wife. Like, you can't be hugging her like that. He was like, bro, you got a problem with that? Like, that's like my sister. I don't see it. Like, y'all. And she was like, even Zari's like, y'all brothers, like, that's just like my brother. You know what I'm saying? But if they want to fight over me and her confession, honey, stop. No, don't stop. I was like, what? Like, any situation like that would not make me feel good as a woman. You know what I'm saying? None of that. And I've had guys to beef over stuff like that or whatever. That didn't make me feel good. That didn't put me in a position where I feel like, oh, fight over me. I'm the prize. No, it's a weird place to be at. You know what I'm saying? It's very weird. So anyway, so he talked to him, pulled him to the side and stuff like that. It was like, man, that's disrespectful and stuff like that. So, they just kind of talk about it. But Lewis feel like he ain't do nothing wrong, but I guess he won't do it again. And he was like, bro, I wasn't even trying to do nothing like that. That's like my sister. I ain't trying to push up on her, nothing like that. Whatever. He was like, man, it's all about respect. You holding, hugging her for that long period of time. Ugh. They're like Glorilla. Ooh, 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 ooh. So anyway, oh yeah, to the fact that Shakib said at one point you talked about her being a Syrian or something like that. And I think so. It was a small conversation that we saw last season, whatever. So I guess he really feels some type of way. Like at one point, I guess you wanted her to carry your baby. So no. Like I said, at first I felt Shakib was doing too much, but some of his stuff is valid now. This woman was single at one point and she was freely being herself with all these different men because it seemed like she liked the attention of the men. I'm just saying. When you said, "Ooh, fight over me, don't go," that means you like the attention. So she probably still was in that flirty stage. That's why she liked that with her ex-husband. She likes the attention. I'm just saying. But anyway, so let's move on. So Kafani gets a text message, and it seems like her ex husband is texting her, and they asking her, "What's wrong? Are you good?" and stuff like that. She kind of break out and start crying and stuff, and she was just saying, it always happens like this when I'm trying to get away from somebody, separate myself from somebody. Then they come with all of this toxicity, and want to troll me, hound me, ask me where I'm at, where I've been, and all this stuff, whatever. And so she was like, "I'm just really, truly, I'm just tired of it." And sorry, reading the text. I'm on my phone. So she was like, "I'm just tired of it." And so Zaria's like, "Yeah, that sounds toxic and stuff like that. I understand." And so Zaria said, "Okay, but I understand that y'all leave honey, but do not return them cows." At first, I didn't really understand, but I understand now that I think the cows are given at the wedding. Did she have cows at her wedding? I don't know. The cow is given at some point in time as a as money, as and stuff like that or whatever. So yeah, I get the concept of it. And Swanky kind of explained a little bit of it. So she was like, "Girl, I don't care how mad you get or whatever. Do not return them cows, honey. Cry, but cry with the cows." So they kind of brought her out and made her laugh and stuff like that or whatever. So anyway, they're going on their safari, and Zaria is asking Kafana about her ex and all that stuff, whatever, and she was just using her as an example. Like for me, she said, I was with my ex for like 12 years. I guess her ex-husband, her first one. And she said, we had 3 sons together and stuff like that. And, when I wanted a divorce and stuff, he stalked me. He was hiding up under cars. He was doing all this extra stuff. So I'm just trying to understand where you are because y'all wasn't together no 5 years. Want to eat together at least 5 years or something like that. So now Kapana was like, okay, I'm with her. She's sharing her side of the story. But when she went on them 5 years, she was like, okay, no, she's still who I think she is. So she explained that, no, we met last year. Met last year. Anyway, so she said we met last year. And and she said I didn't know that he had a wife, so he wanted me to be his second wife. She was like, and you would do that? You know what I'm saying? And knowing how beautiful and successful you are, you would be second fiddle to somebody. And so she was like, well, I wanted to try it. I wanted it was something different for me, so I wanted to try it. And everything. She was like, well, I've been seeing on social media. I've seen on social media where they said basically you said you was married, but you really truly was in a fake marriage. Like, what I'm saying? You took picture with the cows that you said that was given to you or whatever, and you sometimes wear your wedding ring, so people feel like it's a fake marriage. You really truly ain't married to nobody or with nobody now. And she was like, no, that's not true. It really true. Everything about it is, facts. And so she said, well, if he rich, why you working? She said, I just enjoy working. So let's move on. So, what's her name? Really didn't have nothing for after all that, child. Because Zari want to get in your business. Doing too much. Doing way too much. So let's move on. So now you got Fantana is talking about on the safari because they on 2 different buses that she might be pregnant with that man baby. And Shaquille said, listen, you know what I'm saying? When I had a conversation with Diamond, he just said that you was a good time. That's all he said. And she like, and she feel real uncomfortable because now she finna know that somebody finna say that this man don't like you like that. He's not into you like that. You just a F buddy. You just a F buddy. And Zadi was saying in her not Zadia, Nadia was saying in her confession that it makes her mad that Fantana is letting Diamond manipulate her like that. So she was like, "I'm gonna have a conversation with him, honey. If that's I'm having a good time." I'm like, "Girl, bye. You still gonna just cheat, 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 and nothing gonna happen." So Nadia, y'all forgive me, please. Nadia wanted to meet up with Diamond, and they had a boxing ring. And basically, she wanted to say, "Listen, you got a girlfriend because you ain't out here tricking my friend. So you got a girlfriend in Tanzania." And so he was like, I got more than one girl. But I can't call none of a relationship. I just called that we having fun. And he said that Fantana was okay with that. And she admitted that she's okay with him doing his thing. She gonna do her thing, but just be open and honest about whatever you're doing. And so if you want to be in an open relationship with this man and have unprotected sex with this man, go ahead, girl. Do you, boo. 26, you want to live to see 36, don't you? Don't be out raw dogging like that. But anyway. And so, but he was like, I'm just out here having fun and stuff. So he was like, she was like, you just mislead my girl, like, you know, and stuff like that. He was like, I ain't misleading her. She knew what it was. Like we had a conversation, she knew what it was. So yeah. Naya really and truly, she don't like none of that. So there is a new lady that's being introduced to the group, and I don't know why they introducing all these new people, child. I don't know. I don't know. Did they do late last time? I don't know why. They probably did. Because I think Fantana was new. I don't know. But anyway, I think her name is pronounced Indio. Indio. But anyway, so she gets off the plane and all of her black excellence, all the plane and all the drip and all the flair and all the dresses and all the diamonds and all the stuff. So Swanky meets her with all of his fabulousness. Now, Swanky, his dress, it'd be a lot, but it's not too much, if that makes sense. Like it fits him. It fits him. I think he's into fashion or something like that or whatever, but it fits him. It fits his personality. It fits him. Yeah. And when he walk in, you just gonna turn and look. But he wear it with so much confidence. That's why I gotta get him in respect. He wear it with so much confidence. So yeah, I enjoyed seeing the way he looked, the way he dressed and stuff. Now when he showed up with it, I may be ahead of myself, honey. I'll wait. But anyway, so yeah, he invite her. They sit down and meet up. She says that she is a filmmaker and actress. They sit down and talk. As they sit down and talk, he was, that's Annie friend. She was asking where Annie at and stuff, and he begins to tell him how their friendship ain't what it used to be and how she said stuff about him. So Diamond is inviting Fantana to see him. And he got roses and balloons and all the things because he said that's what women want, honey. You got to throw out all of this stuff, honey. You got to sway them with the roses and the candy and all this stuff. That's what the women like. And he did it. He did it. Got all the rose petals and the balloons over there in the corner. And he got champagne. He got all the things for her. And got on sit on his little rounded couch thing and whatever. So I was okay. So he gave her a glass of champagne. She was like, I'm not drinking. He was like, why? She was like, I don't want nothing to drink. He said, but why? Because I guess he said, honey, I want to get you drunk before we. So anyway, or at least tipsy. So she was just like, I might be pregnant. He was like, that's a good thing. I like that. That's a good thing. Oh wait. She was like, really? It is? He was like, yeah. The knowing that you could be carrying another little me. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. I like that. So he was like, I got an event coming up and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna do is do a big baby shower. She was like, hold up, bro. Baby shower, I don't even know if I'm pregnant, for one. And then number two, I'm not ready to tell nobody else this. So, he was excited. So, Diamond is having a party. He's inviting everybody. So they all show up and Kafani show up and to Diamond's house. I guess this is his house and stuff like that. So he's never met her before. So, when he said, oh, Kafani, I've heard things about her. She's like, have you? Oh, yeah. And so he was like, she beautiful, honey. He started salivating over her. Victim number 99. So he started salivating over her. And in his confessional, he was like, she a 10, but I can't tell her that, honey. I got a 7 and stuff. So anyway, so he like her. He like what he see and stuff. But I think it was Nadia said, girlfriend, like, don't, bruh, what are you doing? So, Indio. So she comes in and, she get a chance to meet the group and all that stuff, whatever. So, Diamond gives a toast to love, family, and babies. They were like, babies. And Fantana was like, oh, Lord, he's doing too much. So they was like, babies, ain't nobody got no babies here but y'all, Diamond and Zaria, y'all got a baby together, and then who else got a baby? And then they asked um India, did she have? She said, yes, I do. I have one child. And somebody asked, boy, or girl. She said, a girl. And said, are you married? No, I'm not married. And then they got in all in her business. Girl, that's what you come on this show. They gonna get in your business. She was like, oh, I don't like talk about my business. Well, why are you here? Just to show your fabulousness. Why are you here? So and I think there was Nadia was like, so you're not married? Where's the father? She was like, I don't know. Is he dead or alive? I don't know. You don't know? And she had to explain then that, she did the surrogate, And so, yeah. So, of course, that sparked the ears of Lewis. And she asked, he high fived her and all that stuff, whatever. And so, he was saying, that's something that, he was going through and stuff. So she was like, but why aren't you dating? Do you have a girlfriend? He said, no. She said, like, why aren't you dating? I guess to find that. Now, at first, I said, why aren't you dating? Why you ask this man the same question that we want to know? Why you ain't dating, honey? Couldn't you find somebody? But I didn't realize that she had problems carrying a child long term. So that's why. So she looked at him like, you're a man. It should be easy for you to, have to be able to get a woman pregnant and have a child. So I don't understand. So I'm guessing, and she got some trauma from it, and he got some trauma from some issues and stuff like that, whatever. So she explained her story. I don't know if she explained it to them, but she did explain it in her confessional. So Shakib said, listen, Diamond brother, let me talk to you outside. I'm gonna get to the straight of this. I ain't gonna let it go until I find out which one of y'all land. Because when I talked to my wife, she said, I ain't say I want to have this baby. And Diamond said, yes, you did say I want to have it, baby. And Diamond said there's some text messages or thread messages somewhere. So just ask your wife for the messages. And he said, I went through her phone and ain't no messages. I was like, bro, do you know you can delete stuff? But anyway, let's move on. So I don't know who lying. I don't know who telling the truth. But I'm gonna believe my wife. And so anyway, as they sitting there talking, he called his wife out there Mama T, because that's what he called. That's what the baby daddy called her, baby mama. He said Mama T, and I don't know if that's what her kids call her, but I hope not. But anyway, so she come out there and she said, I did not say that. Like I'm tired of this back and forth. I'm gonna put an end to it. I'm gonna put a rest to it. I did not say that. And she said that so it was something about, I know you got a man now, but what you gonna do about, having kids? You plan on having more kids? And Diamond said she wanted to have kids because she didn't want to have, all these different baby daddies. So, she wanted to have a kid with him so that, which like I said, in one part I could believe that, but then I'm like, well, you got 3 other kids with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So you got 2 other kids with somebody else. So what's the problem with the third one? If you want to have another child. But anyway, so they just move on past that. She was like, I'm done. We're not going to go back in. So Diamond is making a toast, and Nadia just like, so how your girlfriend? I was like, listen, let me tell you something. Do I think Nadia doing too much? I do. Do I think she's saying too much? I do. But I do think too that this is how she's coping with what she's going through. You know what I'm saying? Like Anna said, the girl going through a lot, and she just kind of lashing out. And I think she did say that anybody else can get it. You want it, you can get it. Because, yeah, I got it today. I got this one. So in that conversation, basically, they talk about, Nadia was just saying there's a video out there of him kissing another woman. And Fantana was like, but that's your artist. Is there a video out there? And so he whispered in Fantana ear and he said, yes, it's a video with me and my artist or something like that or whatever. And so, she was like, okay, well, you answer my question. But Nadia wasn't good enough for her. So Sway was like, well, listen, let me go out here and talk to him. And she was like, no, because Swanky ain't had nothing to do this between me and him. And no, I'm leaving. And she got real mad. And that's how that ended. Yep. So those are episodes 1 through 4, and I will give you episodes 4. I've already watched them, but I didn't want to make this video that long, so I'm gonna give you episodes 4 through 8. But don't put no spoilers in the comments, y'all. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, you guys, that's all I got. I will see you guys on the next video. Hopefully that video come out tomorrow. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you. And as my husband said, always put God first. Deuces.
Hey!